There's a whole lot of change going up in here, so I'm going to try and get through this introduction quickly so that we can get into the main topic of the video, which is stress. For those of you who don't know, my name is Grace Lara and this is a health and fitness channel. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, you should definitely go check those out. I'm new to YouTube, so there aren't that many. But the gist is I have Crohn's disease, and that is why I've created this YouTube channel to share my tips and experiences in starting a healthy lifestyle. So I moved. I am currently in Davis, California. I transferred up to the University of California at Davis. I was previously living at home, going to community college, and I absolutely love it here. I could not be happier with my choice to come to UC Davis, which explains my hiatus from YouTube. I moved up here in late September and I have not filmed since, and there are many reasons why, but the main one is I wanted to fully integrate into the community here and into the school. I wanted to focus on my classes, meeting new people, joining clubs, and getting involved on campus, and I didn't want YouTube to detract me from that. We are going into our last week of instruction before finals, and I feel like I have fully settled into the school and the community, so I am so happy to be in front of the camera. I've been itching to create content for you guys. Which also means this is a very busy time of the year for me and my fellow university students. Finals are approaching, which is why I wanted to take the time to sit down and talk about stress. Whether you hopped on the study train early or you are currently cramming for your exams, finals are stressful, and this is why I thought this would be a great time to share my tips and tricks on how I manage stress. Stress management is especially important for me because I have Crohn's disease and because it is an autoimmune disease, and stress directly impacts your immune system. The two biggest triggers for Crohn's attacks are food and stress. Food is something that I have done to a system. I am very conscientious of everything that I put into my body. I'm fortunate enough to have a kitchen here at school, so I cook my breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. But stress is something that I've noticed that I've had to pay a lot more attention to and work on this last quarter. I am never not busy. I am constantly juggling classes, extracurriculars, what little social life I can fit in, exercising, cooking for myself. It's a lot and it can get really overwhelming, but when I let the stress get to me, I have a pretty immediate physiological response and it affects the way I feel. So that is why stress management for me is so important. So these are the 5 things that I have found help most when managing stress. Number 1, be aware of your breath. The very first thing I do when I start feeling stressed is I sit up straight and I take 5 deep cleansing breaths. I breathe in through my nose until I can't take in any more air and let it out slowly through my mouth. And I do 5 deep cleansing breaths, and I cannot tell you how much of a difference this makes. Sometimes just this alone can help clear your mind and relieve you of some stress. It has been scientifically proven because when you get stressed, stress hormones have an effect on your cardiovascular and your respiratory system. So when you take in deep breaths, you are expelling the hormones throughout your blood and it helps you feel a little less stressed. My next tip is identifying what causes you stress. Now this one may seem a little dumb, but sometimes we get so stressed out and so worked up that we don't even know why. So when I feel stressed, after I take my 5 deep breaths, I sit there and I think, okay, what is causing my stress? Is it one big thing where its mere presence is just so intimidating and you don't know how to tackle it? Or is it a bunch of little tasks where you don't know where to start, what to do first? Simply identifying the what can help you compartmentalize and change your mindset, separating your life from the tasks that you have to do and realizing that these are 2 separate things. Separating yourself from the external factors that are causing you stress can help you better tackle the tasks and the things that you have to do that are causing your stress. Which brings me to my next point, which is get organized. I know for me personally, it is hard for me to remember everything that I have to do, so I have to physically write it down and get a mental representation of everything that I have to do. The more stressed we get, the more frantic and foggy-minded we are, and the more likely we are to forget something on our to-do list. So I have a planner to stay organized so I can visualize and spread things out throughout the week so I can see how much time I have to work on things, and this helps make it seem a lot less daunting and a lot more manageable. Spreading things throughout the week also allows me to see when I have free time in my schedule, when I have gaps, so that I can go and relax, go see friends, or go to the gym. Which brings me to my next point, which is get moving. This is so important. Do not neglect exercising, especially when you are stressed. I know that when you have a big to-do list, spending your precious time at the gym may seem like the least productive thing to do, but actually exercising is one of the #1 best ways to reduce stress. Exercising releases endorphins, which have a whole slew of physiological and psychological benefits. It improves alertness, concentration, overall cognitive function. It's a great mood booster. It energizes you. It helps your immune system, which is especially important for me. And it boosts your metabolism, which helps with appetite. I know some people, when they get stressed out, they either forget to eat or they don't get hungry. Personally, I don't get that. That's never happened to me because I have a bottomless pit as a stomach and I'm kind of always hungry. Like I'm hungry right now. But regardless, for those of you who struggle with that, it helps your appetite. The point is, exercising is great for reducing stress. And you don't have to go to the gym for a long time. You don't have to do a full workout to get these benefits. Studies show that even doing 5 minutes of exercise can help reduce symptoms of stress and anxiety. So take a quick study break. Step away from your desk for a minute. Even walk around the library, do some jumping jacks. Or if you have the time and space, go on YouTube and do a quick 10-minute HIIT workout, or look up a yoga routine, or even a guided meditation. All of these things can help you clear your mind and relieve some stress. And lastly, but probably the most important tip of all, is get enough sleep. I took a physiological psychology course last year and our professor outlined how pulling all-nighters and cramming does not work. To sum up the process into simple terms, when you are studying, you are introducing new information into your brain, which your brain stores in short-term memory. This gets transferred into your long-term memory while you sleep, and more specifically during the REM stage of sleep, which is rapid eye movement, and it is the deepest and the last stage of sleep in your sleep cycle. If you don't get enough quality sleep, you are much less likely to be able to use what is called memory recall, or just remembering things that you've learned. So basically, if you stay up all night studying and cramming, it's in one ear, out the other. Your brain is not going to be able to successfully retain the information. Other than just your memory, sleep affects pretty much everything in your whole body. Lack of sleep can also directly weaken your immune system, which is super important for me because I have Crohn's, so I make sure to get at least 8 hours a night, which can be really hard at times, but it is recommended to get at least 8 to 9 hours of sleep. It is so important to make sleep a priority. Everyone loves sleeping, just we don't always have the time for it. There aren't enough hours in the day. But it's also important to take into account that sleep affects everything, and you will be more productive if you get more sleep. Just go to bed. And that is it. Those are my 5 tips to help better manage your stress. I hope they were helpful, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I am so happy to be back in front of the camera and creating content for you guys. So please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss another video, and please make sure to like and comment on this video. Tell me what you liked and what you would like to see from me next on this channel. And that's about it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!